Coronation Street fans aren't convinced Becky Swain's exit is truly the end, despite her apparent downfall and a lengthy prison sentence. Following the character's dramatic departure from Weatherfield, viewers have taken to social media to express doubts that the villainous figure has been written out for good, even after the actress behind her role shared an emotional farewell message. Becky Swain made a shock return to the ITV soap back in September, sending shockwaves through the cobbles and instantly throwing Lisa Swain's personal life into chaos. Her reappearance came at the worst possible moment, just days after Lisa had become engaged to Carla Connor and on the eve of daughter Betsy's 18th birthday. What was meant to be a joyful chapter quickly turned into a nightmare as Becky's presence reopened old wounds and reignited unresolved emotions. Adding to the drama was the devastating revelation that Becky had previously been presumed dead. Her family had been led to believe she was killed in the line of duty, making her return all the more unsettling. From the moment she stepped back into Lisa's life, it became clear that Becky wasn't there to make peace. Instead, she set about manipulating events with chilling precision, determined to reclaim her former partner at any cost. Before long, Becky's interference took its toll. Fans watched in heartbreak as the pressure mounted on Lisa and Carla's relationship, ultimately leading Carla to call time on their romance. The emotional fallout was immense, particularly as Carla struggled to understand how everything had unraveled so quickly. What viewers didn't yet know was that Becky's actions were about to escalate into something far darker. The storyline took a terrifying turn when Becky kidnapped Carla just as she was preparing to leave for a break in Spain. Carla vanished without a trace, failing to arrive at the hotel she had planned to stay in, prompting growing concern. Unbeknownst to her, the location where she was being held had been subtly planted in her mind during a visit to hospitalized Di Costello, a calculated move that showcased Becky's manipulative mindset. Thankfully, those crucial details eventually made their way to Detective Constable Kit, who began piecing together the truth. Weeks after Carla's disappearance, the investigation led to a shipping container where Becky had moved her captive. What followed was a tense and fast-paced chase, with Becky attempting to flee the country alongside Lisa and Betsy, heading toward Hull and onward to Rotterdam. However, their escape plan was cut brutally short. In scenes that left viewers reeling, the trio became involved in a devastating multi-vehicle pileup. The crash resulted in life-threatening injuries, forcing Carla and Kit to step in and help save both Lisa and Betsy. Amid the chaos and wreckage, fans were treated to a moment of grim satisfaction. Even while injured, Lisa snapped back into detective mode and placed Becky under arrest. The aftermath brought a sense of closure, at least on the surface. In episodes aired last week, Lisa was informed that Becky had been sentenced to 12 years in prison. Delivering the news, D.I. Thompson reassured her that Becky hadn't mentioned her name during sentencing, describing it as the good news. However, Lisa also learned she would be placed on restricted duties while an internal investigation took place. Di Thompson attempted to offer encouragement, reminding Lisa that things could have ended far worse and praising her as a capable officer. He urged her to keep her head down and move forward, suggesting she would soon be able to put the entire ordeal behind her. Lisa later reassured Betsy that Becky was finally out of their lives for good. But while the characters on screen seemed ready to close the chapter, fans at home weren't so sure. Viewers quickly began speculating online after Amy Cudden, who portrays Becky, shared a heartfelt goodbye post to mark her exit. While many praised her performance, others questioned whether the farewell truly signaled the end. One fan wrote, "Anyone else feel Becky's ending gave a 'we will circle back to this later' vibe? It all felt a bit too abrupt. Lovely goodbye post. But I don't believe it." Another echoed similar sentiments, saying the storyline felt rushed and unfinished. Others suggested Becky's arc was deliberately left open-ended. "She's behind bars for now," one viewer commented, adding that the storyline felt incomplete and primed for a future return. Another fan confidently declared, "Nope, definitely not the last we've heard of Bent Becky." Despite divided opinions on whether the character should return, fans were united in their praise for Amy Cudden's performance, applauding her chilling portrayal of one of Coronation Street's most divisive villains in recent years. Whether Becky Swain's exit proves permanent or merely a pause remains to be seen. But if fan reaction is anything to go by, Weatherfield may not have seen the last of her just yet.